Wow, so what happened today was so powerful, super subtle, but really, really important. And I have just got to share because this is absolutely going to change the way that you think about your relationships. And if you're a woman looking to date a man, the way that you think about dating with the masculine, with a man. So what happened is, this morning I went to go get my celery because I'm a big fan of celery juice. I've been doing that for about 10 weeks now. And so I was juicing my celery or going to get my celery to juice my celery. And when I got in the car, I had this strong feeling of missing my husband, which sounds really strange because he was in the house and I was just going literally up the street to the grocery store. But I was overcome with a feeling of emotion of missing him, of loving him, of feeling grateful for him. Even though I was just about to go down the street, it was just kind of overtook me. And I think oftentimes as women, we forget about the power of emotion. We have our list or our checklist of what we're looking for, or we're looking at the apps and being really strategic, or we're talking with our girlfriends, but we forget about the simple power of just dropping into our heart and actually feeling our desire and our care and our longing for someone that we're dating or someone that we're in love with. And this is really important because a lot of times we are afraid to share and afraid to even feel when we are feeling desire for someone or when we're feeling like we miss them. So I didn't even tell Jason this. I got in my car and I thought, that's strange. Why do I feel this strong desire or this strong longing for my husband? Why do I miss him even though I just saw him a few minutes ago? But I just went on with my shopping and came back. And when I came back, he came out of where he was doing his work and gave me this huge hug and did what we call our connection ritual. And I'll explain a little bit more about that in a second. My battery is getting low. But it was amazing because without me even vocalizing, hey, I miss you, or I want to connect more today, or, I really love you, just feeling that emotion in my heart got him to come towards me. And I wasn't trying to do that. I wasn't trying to manipulate him. I don't teach people how to do that because that never really works. It just backfires and it's not integrity. But it was amazing how the purity of my heart's desire and missing him drew him towards me. And then we had this beautiful little connection ritual. And I'm a big fan of that. So if you've ever felt like you've let the love slip away, or that the relationship has gotten worse, or that it never really took off, or that you start to feel resentful, you don't feel desired, you don't feel cherished, I totally get it. My first marriage when I was in my 20s was a sexless marriage pretty much. I think we had sex maybe less than 10 times in 5 years. This was not... It was not a very, intimate or connected partnership physically or emotionally. And so I know what it's like to really miss that sense of connection and miss that sense of longing. And I'm absolutely committed to making sure that that doesn't happen for too long in my relationship now. I mean, I'm talking hours or days, not weeks or months or years. Hell no. And I think if you're watching this, you probably want a continual closeness in your relationship with tons of passion and chemistry, but also a sense of love and a sense of care. So part of what happens when you're not getting what you want in a relationship is that you probably are overanalyzing yourself, or telling yourself that you messed up or you did something wrong, or rereading all of the texts, when what might be more effective is to just drop into your heart and find a sense of gratitude and love and care for this person, combined with a sense of safety. And the reason I want to talk about that is because last night in my group, my program called Queens of Pleasure, we had our man group, or our man offering, our man call, and that happens once every 2 months or so that everyone in the program can get a chance to interact with men and get their views on attraction, relationships, why men ghost, what a man is thinking, who pays on the first date, all of these things that oftentimes we just want a male perspective. My clients get a chance for that. But on the call last night, a theme that came up really strongly from both of our guests, our male guests, was this importance of safety. So as women, I hear all the time from people that I talk to that want love, I want to feel safe in my relationship. But a lot of times we think that men are inherently, they always feel safe. Well, they're a man. They don't have to worry about the things that we have to worry about, And we can kind of forget that they're human beings with their own trauma and past experiences and relationships and breakups and all of those things. And they get sad and they get scared just like we do. And so, if you haven't heard from someone in a while, instead of overanalyzing or doubting yourself, or instead of blaming him, imagine for yourself, well, how can I create more safety in our relationship? How can I create more safety for myself? And how can I drop into my heart and feel more deeply my care for him and my care for myself, and use that to attract and create an amazing experience with each other? And then to come full circle with my example with Jason, you know, if you're longing for deeper connection and you are connecting with your partner, it's important to anchor those experiences, to have connection rituals. You know, we have a little silly connection ritual where when we haven't seen each other for a few hours, you know, we give each other a hug and then a kiss, and then he squeezes my right butt cheek like 3 times. It's so silly, but it makes us laugh and it makes us feel connected, and it gives us a chance for our nervous systems to co-regulate. So a lot of women and a lot of people in general have seen relationship as a war ground, or a place where they can't necessarily feel safe, where they have to be manipulative, or they have to walk on eggshells, or they have to hide who they are. But the thing with connection ritual is that we create an anchor in our nervous system, we create safety in our nervous system, and it actually provides energy. It provides energy to the relationship and to each of us. I know that Jason couldn't do his work with men, and I couldn't do this work with women if we were A, not together, and B, if we didn't have the sort of relationship we have, which is additive and generative, and it gives me even more support and even more fuel and even more energy and inspiration to connect with amazing women when I know that throughout the day, you know, every few hours, we're going to have a chance to connect and take a breath together or share about our day. Now, even if you don't work in the same place like we do, we work from home, you can still bring this into your relationship. You can still create connection rituals to regulate your nervous system, create a sense of safety for both partners, and allow you to feel your feelings, because I think that we heal by feeling and revealing. But so many times we're so busy that we forget to do both of those things. So if I can leave anything with you tonight, it's to imagine, you know, what would it be like to feel super, super safe in your relationship? What would it feel like to be with a partner where you connected deeper and deeper and deeper as time went on and the relationship got better and better? What would it feel like to, you know, have such a deep love that even just going to the grocery store, you miss your partner? I mean, it makes me feel so tender. That's how I feel about Jason. It's like, it's not codependent, like I need to be around him all the time, and we both have a lot of stuff going on, but there's a deep connection that we have, and it fuels me and it sustains me and it inspires me to the point where I sometimes miss him, even though he's just in the next room, or even though I'm just, you know, going to get my celery or my celery juice. So the thing is, if we are not used to feeling our feelings, it can feel like foreign territory, and we can actually go too much into victim mentality, like, oh, you know, I don't really like, or I'm not sure how to talk about my emotions, or I've had such a tough day, and we start complaining and all of that. And the problem with that is then we're just kind of dragging the whole system down. Like if the relationship is a system and we're just complaining all the time, then it's just making things feel heavy, versus if you have connection rituals and if you really tap into your feelings and feel safe with one another, it's going to amplify the system. It's going to add more energy, and it's going to support both of you, so you can totally live your passions and live your dreams and have even more energy at work or for your hobbies or for working out or all of those things. So I'm all about additive, co-creative relationship where you have enough safety that you can talk and express yourself vulnerably, and also have places throughout your day, even if it's over text, where you can connect and get that regulation that we're craving. Because it's a myth that men don't want relationship. Like the masculine in general wants freedom, and the feminine in general wants connection. But there are tons of amazing men out there who want great relationship, who are in great relationship, or who are looking for great relationship. But he needs to feel just as safe as you do throughout this process, which means, again, regulating your nervous systems, feeling your feelings, and showing up in transparency. So if that's something that you want support with, or if you struggle to keep the chemistry going, if you struggle to keep the connection going, like maybe you only get to a few dates, or you date for a few months, or the relationship sabotages, then I would love to connect and talk. We do 45-minute free Breakthrough to Love sessions, and during those calls, you're going to get tons of clarity on where you might be getting in your own way or have a block with connecting to your heart, and that's exactly what you need in order to call the right partner to you and to make the relationship go even stronger. So that's at violetlang.com/talk. Set up that free 45-minute Breakthrough to Love call now, because we have about 50 women every week that reach out to us for these, and we only have about 25 spaces. And in fact, this week, I think we only have 4 left for the whole week. So we will look forward to speaking with you then. Mwah!